right, well, welcome to the International Etiquette Discussion Panel. My name is Mary Dittman, and we're here on the campus of Francis Marion University. This event is sponsored by the FMU School of Business. And our purpose today is to learn all we can about international cultures and what we might learn and discover when we travel abroad or even when we meet someone from another country here in the United States. And we have an exciting panel of guests with us today, as well as many faculty and students and staff members of Francis Marion University. So let me start by introducing our panelists. I'll start to my left, Dr. Gabriel Batarsa. Dr. Batarsa was born in Palestine and was raised in Jerusalem. He has lived in Egypt, Lebanon, Jordan, and has traveled throughout the Middle East. Dr. Batarsa holds the PhD in psychology from the University of South Carolina, and he is an adjunct professor of psychology here at Francis Marion University. Dr. Batarsa is active in the academic, professional, and local communities and was recognized by the South Carolina Senate and House of Representatives for his service to the citizens of South Carolina. Welcome, Dr. Batarsa. Qingmi Li holds the Bachelor of Arts degree in Chinese Language and Literature from Sichuan University in China. Excuse me. Her vast experience as a language teacher led her to teach in China and the United States for 16 years before moving to Florence. After moving here in 2001, Ms. Li started the Florence Chinese School, which provides language lessons to adults and children. She is a speaker of choice for local school districts on Chinese culture, especially during the Chinese New Year. Mr. Joel Mercado was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He attended pre-engineering school at the University of Puerto Rico and graduated from the Naval School of Electronics. He served in the United States Navy aboard the aircraft carrier USS Forrestal and traveled the world. By age 23, he had seen most of our globe, and today he manages the technical support group for Latin America for ESAB welding and cutting products. Alex Palkovich most recently served as the general manager for GE Healthcare here in Florence and has had an extensive career as a managing director and division manager in the corporate arena. Today, he focuses his time and energy on sculpture. One of his beautiful art pieces is the centerpiece of the Veterans Park in Florence, and he is also actively involved in the creation of the Florence Art Trail, part of the revitalization efforts of downtown Florence. Dr. Hari Rajagopalan holds the PhD in Information Technology from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, as well as degrees in computer science, finance, and mechanical engineering. He is an accomplished scholar and published researcher and has a background in management science and information technology management. He is currently an assistant professor of management here at Francis Marion University. Help me welcome our panel. Well, I think we're going to begin, first of all, if we could, by I'll ask each one of our panelists if they would if you could just sort of give us a synopsis of, if we were leaving tomorrow to visit one of the countries in your region that you're an expert on, what would be one thing that we would really want to know right off the bat? Dr. Batarsa, I'll start with you, and perhaps we could go down the line.
If you're going to, let's say, Beirut, Lebanon, you would expect a modern European city. Depending on which area of the city you're going to be in will depend how you would behave. I would suggest that if you're a female, that you dress very modestly. You don't need to cover up everything, but you need to wear kind of long sleeve dresses below the knee, etc. For men, if you're going for business there, dress properly. In other words, have a tie and coat, not like I'm doing here. So, kind of they expect professional behavior when you're going there for business. And if you're dealing with a Sunni Muslim or a Christian or an Armenian or a Druze in Beirut, they are very much secular, they're very much up-to-date, very Western in their approach. If you are dealing with a Shia Muslim, on the other hand, they're more fundamentalist, traditional. You need to kind of step very carefully and kind of understand and respect that they do have a difference in terms of their behavior, their expectations. I know from news media, you see a lot of Arabs hugging each other. That's not a general custom. You don't do that in Lebanon or in Syria or in Cairo in Egypt, mostly in Arabia and areas of the Middle East where you have what we call Bedouins, which is a reference to Arab nomadic tribes. We call them Bedouins. It's an English word based on the Arabic Badu. When you talk about these individuals do, when they meet each other and they are familiar with it, they do kind of hug, but it's not a real hug. If you do it, if you are in Arabia and you want to, copy them, it's not, it's just kind of a, and you don't kiss them, although it sounds like you're kissing them, make sure you don't have wet lips. You just make the sound on both sides, but don't touch the face. So it's kind of, it's not an actual hug. Now, if you go, though, to, let's say, Arabia, it's totally different. Again, the dress should be formal. The salutation, at first, of course, you don't hug because they don't know you. The salutation is you shake hands just like everywhere else until you become familiar, and then they might, once you become friends and familiar, they might do the hugging bit. But don't start off like that. And again, you have to respect the fact that Muslims have a different set of standards in terms of modesty.
We'll get to that in a minute if you don't mind.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'll quit. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's all the Arabic you need to know and you can really deal with. The Arabic language is very hard for Westerners to pick up because we have different sounds in Arabic that are very fair. Let me give you one example. If I say qarrara, it means he decided. If I say karrara, it means I repeated. I don't know if you heard the difference between the two words. They're totally different meanings. So kind of, if you do learn Arabic, you better make sure you learn it properly because you can really step into it.
And that's going to be on your test, so I hope you caught that.